Josh Smith introduces us to a Korean War veteran whose weapon in battle was all of things a typewriter.
Occasionally, I write poetry.
You do?
93-year-old James Arnold is a man of many talents.
Just a dusty old scrapbook with a few torn pages. But to me, it is priceless, worth more than any wages.
A poem about remembering.
Yes, how well I can remember those careful times so gay.
A crystal clear recitation,
I thought
even as his memories start to fade. But some things.
Well, I was drafted in 51.
You can't forget. The call to serve when James Arnold was 21 years old. That's him on the third row, hat a bit crooked. Most men his age were being sent to Korea to fight, but the Army had different plans for this young and smart man from Ohio. Why?
He knew how to type. They needed people who could type orders and work under the commanding officers to do assignments.
James Arnold's daughter, Laura Hodge, said her dad always felt his Korean War service in Europe meant he didn't really deserve the same recognition as other Korean War veterans.
His role was perhaps as significant as a gentleman that served on the front line or was in country in Korea. But without people serving in other areas, we had people probably here at the Pentagon, the troops on the ground would not have been able to do their job. So every role was significant.
Like many in his generation, Arnold didn't talk a lot about his time in the military. Instead, he devoted his life to his family and his career as a special education teacher. Years later, he received the Ambassador of Peace Medal from the Korean government.
Whether they served in country or not, they wanted them to have the medal.
Another addition to the treasured memories, the scrapbook of reminders of a life well lived.
And as I turned the final page, I paused for one last look at my treasure of memories, just a dusty old scrapbook.
In Johnson City, Josh Smith, News Channel 11.
Veterans Voices will air every Friday here on News Channel 11 at 7. We welcome your suggestions about veterans whose stories need to be told and preserved. Log on to WJHL.com and fill out the nomination form under the Community tab.